they have cut funding. And what the man said, it was one of the research people from Stanford, is that already they've lost about 20 years to stop this, because the research has had to stop. And this is a huge problem, and they were close to finding something with all the other research centers, and now that doesn't happen. And I'm real concerned about that.
Yeah. Okay. And that was at the research center that's named after this
George
senator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
It's a very famous place, very well renowned. I have a question. My name is Bill Bauman. I'm a retired educator here in Billings. The Department of Education is threatening and getting guided by Musk and Trump. Billings area schools and schools all over the state districts receive funding from the federal government, particularly to help our most vulnerable children, assisting those for school lunches, for kids with special needs, special ed, 504s, that type of thing. And many other functions, and that if those funds get frozen, those kids don't get appropriate education, their families hurt. It's really a huge, huge deal for education and for families in particular. It's disruptive, it's disconcerting, and really will negatively impact education for our kids for years to come. So what is Troy's stance on this? Is he going to stand up to these cuts, or is he going to simply let them happen?
Well, as of right now, we don't entirely know what that's going to look like. There's only rumors and talk. I know that the congressman has been in conversation with the superintendent of public instruction here in Montana, as well as a number of the local superintendents, like Mr. Garcia. And so we're monitoring that. Again, we don't know what that's going to look like. It could just be rhetoric. It could come down to action. We just don't know. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. My name is Mary Roach. I worked for the Bureau of Reclamation here in town, the regional office. My group was the Infrastructure Engineering Services Group. I was just an administrative assistant. I kept time for people. I filed all of our work that we created. I helped schedule people to go out in the field to do inspections. Then I was fired for no good reason that I can tell. They gave me a piece of paper that said I had poor performance when I had never had a performance review done. My boss was happy with me. He was shocked that we were targeted for firings because our group does important work for dam safety. The mission of the Bureau of Reclamation is to provide power and water to the western United States. Our customers are water users. They pay for what we do. And my question is, why was I fired? Why is our department being gutted?
Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear about that. But your spot over there. I don't know all the ins and outs in that. I don't think the congressman knows all the ins and outs. We're in this with you, learning.
Congress is the check against the overreaching power. We need to see some strength here coming from our representatives, not capitulation.
Yeah, so my question is we elected our congressman as a body of people, and we gave him power over our tax dollars. Why is it that he gave the power to Musk?
It's an ongoing situation. Obviously, Mr. Musk serves at the pleasure of the duly elected president.
But we didn't elect Musk.
But like most of the cabinet and all of that, and many other members around the president, those are appointees. Some of them go through the Senate, some of them are just formally appointed, and they'll head out under the next administration. That's I'm not saying that's an excuse, but
the power of the purse belongs to Troy Downing. What is he doing to guard his power of the purse?
Yeah.
And why doesn't he? Isn't he on top of this stuff? I mean, that's what we elected him for.
Right.
You're saying he's not in it, but why isn't he?
Right.
He should be asking questions
Yeah.
all the time, and it doesn't feel like he is.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
I can assure you that he is. Sometimes it's just slow to get answers. Sometimes it's just, I mean, these are all very large issues, and trying to understand all of them and all the facets of them is not an easy job. He is working hard. Our entire team is working hard to understand what the path forward is, how broad this is, and what the best route is to work for Montanans is.
What does working hard entail?
It's listening to all of you. It's understanding. It's understanding.
Respectfully.
Yeah. The congressman is currently in the state. We've had him all over the district, meeting with probably hundreds of people this last week, and so unfortunately we weren't able to make it work with him. But he is meeting with as many folks as he possibly can.
Can we expect genuflection from Mr. Downing? Or will he be representative of us?
His job is to represent you, and like I said earlier, he said on the campaign, and I hear him say it almost weekly, I can't represent folks I'm not listening to. So I do appreciate y'all being here. We are going to pass these comments along, and it is important to us.
And when his voicemail's always full, how do we leave comments or even find out about town halls?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Calls.org, there's like 4.
We've been having about 400 to 500 calls a day, so
People are
trying to
concerned.
keep up on those is a little hard.
That says something.
The representatives of 2 of Billings activist groups are here today. Elizabeth here is working with Indivisible. I believe you're running our chapter here. We're also representing the People United Billings. That was probably stated earlier. Mr. Downing wasn't able to be here.
Billings Stronger.
Oh, perfect. And we have people Billings Stronger together here. We understand that Mr. Downing couldn't meet today, probably busy, but we would still like to meet with him. If he's not able to come in for a public comment like this, could we at least wrangle him for a coffee with leadership from the activist groups
That
to
would
talk
be
about these
something.
issues?
Yeah, you'd reach out to
Easier to
our
have 3
office.
people in a room than
Yep, you'd reach out to our office.
Although we'll keep bringing 100.
Well, we have to keep in mind, this is the
Oh, and
largest populated city in his district, so we would like him to be in Yellowstone County,
Yeah. I would encourage you, as much as you'll get the voicemail, keep trying the DC office. They handle all of that. We don't have any control over the schedule. So.
Right.
Yeah.
My name's Charlie. I live here in Billings. I have a question for both of you, actually.
Yeah.
And it is, do you agree with Trump when he says that he's our king?
Yeah.
Do you agree with Donald Trump when he says he's our king?
Our job is to work at the pleasure of the congressman.
Totally.
And
My question is for the both of you, and you, I can't make you answer me, but I want you to consider that question.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. Before this grouping, I never have met one of these other people in this room, I don't think, in my entire life. And now I'm standing with them, and in 10 minutes, I share a voice with them.
Yeah.
And my wife shares a voice with me. My daughter, my grandchildren share a voice with me.
Yes.
I'm not here to represent, and I need the congressman to know, I'm not just representing me, I'm representing my family. I'm representing all but one of my grandkids, and I'm representing at least 20 to 25 of my closest friends, and we all have people we are trying to be a voice for. And if you look upon this beautiful city of ours, statistically 50% of the city probably agrees with us.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for coming today, guys. I really appreciate that. And just everybody else can hear too. Troy did write me a letter. He did respond to a letter, which was amazing. And usually they're just, like Steve sends out a form letter, and you guys do a lot of that work. I know you guys do. Everybody does. But it actually looked pretty personal.
Yeah.
He had some references, so I appreciate that, whether you guys did it or he did it. So that's a good thing.